Now that you've got your mold in place and your walls up and your base all in and sealed nice and tight, chances are with this kind of material, this is super sculpey, and a lot of silicones really don't stick to other materials unless it's silicone. So what I like to do, better be safe than sorry, is just put on ease release, and this is ease release 200. I just like to ensure that this is definitely coming out. So I'm just going to give this a nice good spray. And you should probably do this outside or wear a mask when doing that. If you are molding something that is made out of clay or wet clay, you need to clear coat it first. Now this is really important because the silicone will actually sometimes absorb into the clay. So always make sure you put on a good 2 coats of clear coat on your clay molds before molding them, and make sure you let them dry before actually putting silicone into your molds. We're ready to mix and pour some silicone. Now with any material, you should always stir it really well or shake it really well to make sure that everything is combined. So that's what I'm going to do right here. You really just want to make sure that it's all one continuous color and there's no streaking. Alright, so let's get to mixing. So, like I said, this is a 1-to-1 ratio. This stuff is very easy to use. I'm just going to eyeball it in my mixing container. And if you have a light against something, you can obviously see. So I'm about right here. I gotta go right about there. Now I'm going to take my mixing stick and mix this till there is absolutely no streaks and it is one color. Make sure that you scrape the sides and the bottom of the container so that you've incorporated all of the material together. Now with Umu 25 is what I have. It has a pot life of 15 minutes. And a pot life means you have 15 minutes to work with until it starts setting and the ingredients in it start to activate. If you can see, it is completely mixed. So now that we've got all our silicone mixed, we're ready to pour this. Now when you're pouring something like this, you always want to pour at the lowest point, meaning the base. You don't want to always pour directly onto the sculpture or whatever you're actually molding, because the silicone will work into all those crevices. So let it do its job and pour it to the lowest point of your mold. When you are pouring your silicone, try to reach a high point when pouring it. This will make sure that it'll release any air bubbles that you may have in your silicone and prevent air bubbles from being in your mold entirely. Now since my walls are a little bit higher than I expected, I'm not going to go all the way to the brim because that would pretty much be a waste of material. So there you guys go. The mold is poured. Now all we have to do is wait. And we're back. It's been 75 minutes, which is the approximate cure time for Umu 25, and we're ready to get this thing out of here. First things first, we want to take our bottom base off, if you can. Now we got to cut this thing open. You can either use a pair of scissors or a utility knife, whatever you're more comfortable with or whatever will get that mold open. Demolding can be really fun, but it also can be a challenge. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because I'm right at the lid part, so that's really thick right there, but oh yeah. Whew. That was a struggle. Now we're ready to demold this thing. What I like to do is I like to push my hands, push down and separate it first. You might need a friend to help you with this. So I need some assistance. Whew! So we finally got this sucker out. It was a little bit more trickier than I thought it would be. Because it was round, it kind of creates almost like a pocket. Just put 2 slits down the sides, and they can easily get molded back together. You just wrap some tape around here, no big deal. So yeah, this mold is ready to use, and you can pour almost anything in this mold. You just have to make sure you coat it really well with some Ease Release 200 before pouring anything in here, really. Of course, if you're going to pour silicone in here, they also make another type of Ease Release, but it's a brush-in. And then what I like to do is brush in a coat or 2 and then give it a good spray with this. And obviously you want something like that to dry fully before you pour any of your resins or polyurethanes in your mold. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you stay tuned, I will do a video of me pouring this mold up. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, guys.